Now students, our question number 3 is express the following percentage as ratios in the reduced form. Okay. Now it is given in the percentage form, children, that is 75 is to 100. 75 is to 100, that is 75 percentage. We have to convert this into reduced form. Okay. So what we'll be doing, we'll be writing the solution as 75 is to 100, which is equals to 75 upon 100. So if you observe carefully, children, this 75 and 100, these two numbers are divisible in which table? 25 table. That is 25 1s 25, 25 2s are 50, 25 3s are 25 3s are is 75, and 25 4s are is 100. So we are getting this the answer as, that is 3 upon 4. Therefore we will write 75 is to 100 is equals to 3 is to 4. Is that clear? Now students, our second sub question is 44 is to 100. That means we have to convert this percentage into its reduced form. So here we will start the solution as 44 is to 100 is equals to 44 upon 100, children. Now you know that this is numerator, 44 is numerator, 100 is denominator. So just see the unit place of the numerator is 4. Here the unit place of denominator is 0. So both are even number which are divisible by 2. So in 2 table we have 4 how many times? 2 times. 2 2s is 4. Here again 2 2s is 4. Now here in 2 table we have it is 10. So 2 5s is 10. 2 0s is 0. So what we are getting here? We are getting here 22 upon 50. Now again, children, here the numerator is 22, denominator is 50. Here the unit place of numerator is 2, here it is 0. So again both are even number which are divisible by 2. So here 2 1s is 2, 2 1s is 2. It is 11 we are getting here, and it is 2 2s is 4, carry 1. So 2 5s is 10. So what we are getting? We are getting this as 11 upon 25. Further reduction is not possible, children. This both 11 and 25 does not exist in any of the same table, that is in either 2 table or 3 table, 3 table, 5 table, 7 table. Okay, so this is the reduction stops over here. So therefore our final answer, we will write it as 44. Therefore 44 is to 100 is equals to 11 is to 25. Now children, our third sub question is 6.25 percentage. We have to convert to its lowest term. So we will write the solution as 6.25 percentage is equals to, we will be writing just 6.25 upon 100. Okay. Now here you can see, here I have underlined this 25 after the decimal point. That means, children, here after the decimal point we have two numbers. So we have to, in order to remove the decimal point, we have to multiply with 100. Both numerator as well as denominator. Okay. So when we multiply this with 100, what will happen? This decimal point will be shifted over here. So you will get here 625 upon 100 into 100 is 10,000. Okay. Now we will go for reduction. Now since it is 5 here, and since here denominator you have 0, both are divisible by 5. So what I will be doing, children, this 25 it is there. So I will be directly dividing with 25. So 25 is 25 into 25 is 625. Okay, 25 25s are 625. Okay, so now here we have 100. So 25 4s is 100, 25 zeros is 0, 25 zeros is 0. So what we got is, here we are getting the answer as 25 upon 400. So further we can go, children, for the reduction, because here we have 5, here we have 0 at the unit place. So both are divisible by 5. So again I can go for divisible by 5. 5 5 is 25. Here 5 8s are, if you take 40, 5 8s is 40, 5 zeros is 0. Then again, children, we can go for reduction. 5 1s is 5, 5 1s is 5, 8 minus 5 is 3. So here we are getting 30. So 6 5s is 30. Okay. So we are getting here 1 upon 16. Okay. So therefore we are getting 6.25% is equals to 1:16 is our final answer. Okay. Now students, let's learn about direct and inverse proportion. Now suppose a car consumes x liter of petrol to run the distance of 5 kilometer. Now you can see children here, if the car consumes 1 liter of petrol to cover a distance of 10 kilometer, okay, and if it consumes 20 liters of petrol and covers a distance of 200 kilometers, and if it consumes 40 liters of petrol, it covers a distance of 400 kilometers. So you can see that children, in each cases, you can see that if the one quantity increases, the other quantity also increase. Okay, and not only this, you can see that the ratio of one quantity to other quantity in all the three cases remains the same. Okay, so that means it is an example of direct proportion. In direct proportion, children, if the one quantity increase, the other quantity will also increase, and vice versa. Okay, and very important thing is, in case of direct proportion, the ratio of one quantity to other quantity is always constant. Now students, let's learn about inverse proportion. Now suppose children, here we have three columns. Vehicle, speed per hour is mentioned as x, time is mentioned as y, and here we have one more column, x multiplied by y. Now suppose children, if a car, if it moves with the speed of 50 km per hour, then it will be taking 2 hours to complete the distance. Okay, and if the bullock cart moves the speed of 5 km per hour, it would be taking 20 hours. Okay, so you can see that children, in these cases you can see, if one quantity increases, the other quantity decreases, and if one quantity decreases, the other quantity increases. So it is an example of inverse variation. And very important thing is, in inverse variation, the product of two quantity is always constant. Okay, that is 50 multiplied by 2 is 100, 5 multiplied by 20 is 100. Okay. Now students, our question number 4 is, 3 persons can build a small house in 8 days. Okay, 3 people will construct the house in 8 days. So to build the same house in 6 days, how many persons are required? So read the questions very well, then only you will come to know whether it is an example of direct or inverse variation. So we have to find the number of person who will construct the house in 6 days. So we will start the solution as, let x person construct the house in 6 days. Now make two columns, men and days. So 3 men will construct the house in 8 days. Therefore x men will construct the house in 6 days. Now observe the value, children, here. Number of 3 men will construct the house in 8 days. Okay, now here days are less as compared to this, the days are less. So obviously the number of workers will be more. Okay children, so as the one quantity increases, the other quantity will decrease. Okay, so therefore what will happen, it is an example of inverse variation. Therefore it is an example of inverse variation. And in inverse variation, children, you know that the product of the two quantities are constant. Therefore 3 multiplied by 8 is equals to x multiplied by 6. Therefore the value of x will be is equals to 3 multiplied by 8 upon 6. So 3 1s are 3, 3 2s are 6, 2 1s are 2, 2 4s are 8. So we get the value of x as 4. Okay children, so that means, therefore you can write, therefore 4 men will construct the house in 6 days. Is that clear children?